Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to 2007 A Baseball Replay. Today we're going to jump into April 2nd, 2007, and we're going to play the game between the Toronto Blue Jays and the defending American League champion Detroit Tigers. I'll be playing this replay as the New York Mets. So when the New York Mets are playing, I'll be playing that game for the day. When the Mets are off, I'll pick the random replay game of the day to play. Today I'll play as the home team, the defending champion Tigers. We'll be rolling our own dice today, and that will help us get going. So let's do it from Detroit. And let's start. So the Blue Jay lineup is going to be, let's see, what's his name? Oh, Reed Johnson will lead off in left, followed by Lyle Overbay, Vernon Wells in center, Frank Thomas is your DH, Troy Gloss at third, Alex Rios in right, Jeff Zahn, or I believe it's probably going to be another Zahn, Aaron Hill at second, and Royce Clayton is at short. On the mound for the Tigers is Jeremy Bonderman. Ballpark singles are 1-9. Ballpark home runs are 1-8. Right-handed pitcher Bonderman. Tigers and Blue Jays, defending champion, American League champion Tigers. So Reed Johnson leading off. Let's get this going. Oops, hit the wrong button. And there's a strikeout, but we'll replay that. So let's see. Dice should be on. We won't do that. Let's see. Dice mode. Always fun about the game that you can do stuff like this for fun. So let's see. Dice is rolled manually. There you go. Let's re-roll. Let's re-roll that one. Let's undo the last play and restart it again. Reed Johnson gets another shot because I want to roll my own dice. And here we go. First pitch of the ball game. 2-7, a ground ball to shortstop, picked up by Guillen, picks it up and throws him out, and there's the first out. So the Tiger defense is Monroe, Granderson, Ordonez, and it's Inge, Guillen, Polanco, Casey. Behind the plate is Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez, and on the mound is Jeremy Bonderman. So here we go. Lyle Overbay will bat, left-handed hitter. Bonderman on the mound. Here's the pitch. 1-8, a ground ball to short. Picked up by Guillen, throws him out, and there's 2 outs. So 2 outs here. Tigers get their American League World Champion rings today. Here's Vernon Wells, underrated center fielder. Had 16 home runs, 80 RBIs in 07. Here's the pitch. 4-12, a ground ball to first at Casey. It should be playable. Let's see if he gets to it. Let's see. Casey is a 3E3, so the 3 could be the problem here. It's a 12. He'll get to it. And the rating is an 8. No 8 throws him out, and that's it. Casey takes it the bag himself. We go 3 up, 3 down here in Motown. Toronto nothing. Tigers coming up the bat. Tiger lineup, and they got poof. They got power on this team. Leading off is Curtis Granderson, followed by Polanco, Sheffield, Ordonez, Guillen, Rodriguez, Casey, Monroe, and Inge. They got some pop in this line. The Granderson, Sheffield cards are pretty dang impressive. But Granderson is an all or nothing basically against righties. He'll lead off here, and on the mound, one of my favorites of all time, Doc Holliday. For the Blue Jays, it's Johnson, Wells, Rios, Gloss, Clayton, Hill, Overbay. Zahn is your catcher, and Doc Holliday is on the mound. So here we go. Doc on the mound, Granderson, first pitch. That's going to be a 3-8. That's a walk. So Granderson grabs the walk. We'll see if Granderson can. What are some options he'll have? Let's make sure Tigers are playing as the coach. We'll go ahead and Toronto is playing as the reverse coach here. Now here is Paulito Polanco. Polanco, a 341 hitter that season, almost 600 at bats, 9 home runs, 67 RBIs. This Tiger team can really mash. Holiday from the stretch and the pitch. 2-6. That is going to be a line drive in the gap for a base hit. That's on a 12, so that will be a first and third situation. So big hit for Polanco. Oh, left the whatchamacallit's on, left the splits on. Let's go ahead and input my own split stats. There we go. First and third, nobody out. And here is Gary Sheffield. 265 hitter, 25 homers, 75 RBIs. Should be in the Hall of Fame. Holiday from the stretch. He's getting hit early here, though. Here's the pitch. 3-10 is a fly ball, shallow right field. The runner should have to hold. I don't think he's going to score from there. And 1-15 says offense must decide to send or runner from on third. We will send the runner and we'll hold our trailing runners and let's see what happens here. It looks like he's going to get a 1-15 to score. It's a 14. He's safe. Looks like he'll score on the 14. 1-0 1-0 Tigers. Here is Maglio Ordonez. Boy, what a year he had. 363 hitter, 28 home runs, 139 ribbies. Here's pitch. So it's going to be a 2-6. That's a ground ball. Ground ball to second. Makes a nice play to first. That moves Polanco to second. And there's 2 outs. So here is Carlos Guillen. 296 hitter, 21 home runs, and 102 RBIs as a shortstop. Holiday from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 4-9. That's a single for Guillen. Will score a run. So the Tigers will score yet another one here. That will score Polanco, and it's 2-0 Tigers. So RBI for Guillen. Here's Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. So runner on first and 2 outs for Rodriguez. 11 home runs, 63 RBIs, hit 281 in the Hall of Fame. Holiday from the stretch. 5-11's a walk, and boy, Doc cannot get out of trouble here. Puts another base runner on. Here's the mayor, Sean Casey. 296 hitter, 4 home runs, 54 RBIs, first and second, 2 outs. Holiday from the stretch, first and second, 2 out. Tigers trying to get some more here. 5-5, the fly ball left field. He hits it the other way. Reed Johnson's there, puts the glove up, and the side retired. 2 runs on 2 hits, Strand 2. We played 1. It's 2-0 Tigers, top of the second, 2007 replay. So let's go ahead and let's make sure we're still in here in the ball game. I want to thank everyone who has so far poked their head in. Here's Frank Thomas, 531 at-bats as a DH for Toronto this season. 26 homers, 95 RBI. Still had it. So here's Bonderman from the windup. 1-6, and that's a base hit right field. So Frank Thomas sends it the other way. He's on base. He's on base with no men out. So now here is Troy Gloss. 20 home runs, 62 RBIs. Both Thomas and Gloss really eat left-handed pitching. Luckily for the Tigers, this is not a lefty. Bomberman from the stretch. 3-8, and that's going to be a single on a 1. That is a 9. That's a line drive, and the out is retired. So 3-8 on the 9 is not a hit. 1 away, and here is Alex Rios, another good young ball player. 297, 24 homers, 85 RBIs. Bonderman from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 1-6. That's a line drive in the gap. That will get Thomas to third, and already Toronto has put some damage on the board. 1-6 on the 16, and the Blue Jays got 2 on and 1 man out. So now here is Zahn as Greg Zahn. 242 hitter, 10 home runs. Bonderman from the stretch, first and third, 1 out. Comerica crowd on their feet, trying to root for the Tigers. 1-7 is a ground ball. The second, the infield was not in. That will go to Polanco to Guillen. The first double play. Side is retired. 4-6-3 ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0 Tigers. Here is Craig Monroe, followed by Brandon Inge and Curtis Granderson against Doc Holliday. Holliday from the windup and the pitch. 6-9. That's a drive down the left field line. That could be trouble. That's off the wall. That's a double for Monroe. And here come the Tigers again. Boy, they come out swinging. 13 on the double. So a double for Monroe. Here's Brandon Inge. Inge steps up. 236, 14 home runs, 71 RBIs. Holiday from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Inge. 3-7, ground ball to short. That will hold the runner Monroe. He'll make the play at first, and there's 1 away. Here is Granderson. First at bat for Curtis. Second, he walked his first time up and scored. Holiday from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out, and the pitch, 4-12. Ooh, super advanced, 1-7. That's a base hit. So Holiday hit with a super advanced base hit. So he gets the roll on the. Oh no, he doesn't. He's not on total super advanced, I guess. So that just gets to run over to third with an out. So misread it. Here's Polanco, runner on third, 2 outs. Polanco signaled and scored a run his first time up. He is in the clutch. We'll see if he has a clutch situation here. 5-7 with 2 outs. Is there 2 outs? Yes, it is. Oh, again, Holiday hit by the bug. 5-7, double 1-15, gets the 18. That's going to be a base hit on Holiday. That will automatically score Monroe. RBI for Polanco, his second hit of the ball game. And the Tigers take a 3-0 lead. So Doc is not having a good house call here. Here's Sheffield. Sheffield sacrificed flies last time up. Holiday from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 2-4 struck him out. That's a rarity. Sheffield does not strike out a lot. So Holiday gets a K there. We go to the top of the third. Tigers lead 3-0. 3-4-0 for the Tigers. 0-2-0 for the Blue Jays. Top of the third here at the big ballpark, Comerica Park in Detroit. Again, I'm playing the New York Mets as this replay. And on days where the Mets are off, which is April 2nd, 2007, I'll pick the random game of the day to broadcast when I'm playing it. So here's Aaron Hill. Hill against Bonderman. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-8. That's a single on 1-14. Gets the 12. Base hit Aaron Hill. So again, the Blue Jays come right back. 6-8 for you on a 12. So sorry, let's make sure we got it. 6-8. Yeah. Need to roll that. That's going to be a 12. That gets him the base hit. So Aaron Hill with a base hit. Here is Royce Clayton, the former Chicago Cub, 195 at bats, 1 home run, right-handed hitter. Bonderman from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Let's see what happens. It'll swing away. 5-7 on Bonderman's a walk. And of course, this is going to be the season of runs, probably. First and second, no man out for Reed Johnson. Johnson, 0 for 1 in the ball game. 2 on, nobody out. Bonderman trying to get out of this little jam. And that's going to be a 6-6. That's a double play ball. Ground ball to third, to Inge, to Polanco, back to first, double play. Huge double play. And that is going to be 2 outs, and that will get Hill over to third. So now here's Overbay. He's 0 for 1. Looks in, gets the sign. Bonderman from the stretch, big time hit needed. 4-5, ground ball the second. Bonderman getting ground balls. Polanco's in front of it, throws them out, and Bonderman escapes to third. Bottom of the third coming up, 3-0 Tigers. So here is Ordonez, Guillen, Rodriguez against Doc Holiday. Holiday looks in, gets the sign, the pitch to Maglio. 3-8, ground ball to short. Easy enough play for Clayton. Gets it across the diamond for an easy first out. Clayton's always known to have a strong arm. 1 away. Here's Guillen. Guillen's 1 for 1 with the RBI. Holiday with the windup and the pitch. 1-7 is a fly ball to center. That will be Wells. Drifts, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. So now here is Ivan Rodriguez. Walked his first time up. Right-handed batter, Hall of Famer. Holiday from the windup and the pitch. 4-9, a single to center field. Doc can't believe it. Base hit for Pudge. So Pudge is on board. Here is Sean Casey, 0 for 1. Flied out his first time up. Holiday from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 3-9. That's going to be in the gap. That's going to be for the mayor. That's a double for Sean Casey. So Sean Casey rips one in the gap. That's a 15. So that will solidly be a double toil and trouble. Second and third, 2 outs for Craig Monroe. So Holiday trying to get out of this one. He has not been effective here. Must be the weather here in Detroit on April 2nd, 2007. Holiday from Colorado struggling here from the stretch. 2-9 struck him out. So Holiday does work his way out of that one. We go to the fourth. It's still 3-0 Detroit. Goes to the fourth inning we go. So here is Vernon Wells. We followed by Frank Thomas and Troy Gloss. Beatles internally. Hello, Beatles. How are you? Thank you. Appreciate for the love. Thank you for coming in this early evening. May have to ask you a question, bro, later on, whatever. If you're still on your messenger when we're late here. Where are we? Back to the game. Let's get back to the game. So let's get back to the game, as they say. Fourth inning. Get them playing this replay as the Mets. And on days where the Mets aren't playing, I'm just going to pick the random game of the day. 2007 is a nice year. Has a lot of offense, a lot of power. And the Mets come as an interesting team to play because that's the year they kind of choked away a division. So Bonderman, I played the Mets in a card and dice game earlier. I don't have the table work to play regular cards and dice. We might be playing it this way. If it does, I hope it works for people out there. So Rodriguez looks in, gets the sign. Bonderman, here is the pitch. 3-8, and that's a pop up to short. That will be Guillen. Makes the catch, and there's one away. Only 3-0. Holiday's been keeping the runs off the board. He's only given up 3. Here is the big hurt, Frank Thomas. Played with Oakland and Toronto in his last few years. Bonderman looks in. Bonderman gave up 23 home runs on the year. Here's the pitch. 3-10. Fouls out behind the plate. Actually, my system must not be set up for ballpark singles. That is a ballpark single result. Here in Detroit, it is a 1-9. That is an 18. That is going to be an out. So let's go ahead and give it a 3-10 on the original result. 2 outs. Here is Troy Gloss. So Gloss the batter with 2 outs. Had some great years with LA or Los Angeles or Anaheim, whatever you want them to call them. 20 home runs, 62 ribbies. Here's the pitch. 3-9, struck him out. Gloss down on strikes. He always did that a lot. So Bonderman gets a 3-up, 3-down inning. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 3-0 favor of Tigers. Motown. Inge, Granderson, Polanco to bat in the fourth. Holiday looking to pitch to Inge. Here's the pitch. 4-2. That is going to be this thing does not give you that backward slash. 4-2. That is an out, one away. I remember that. Here's Curtis Granderson, the Grandy man, walked and grounded out. Bottom fourth, Tigers lead 3-0. Holiday the windup and the pitch. 3-2. Line drive. Oh, he hit a bullet right at Hill. Line out Max. So Hill makes a nice play. And now here's Polanco. 2 for 2, a single and a ribby. 341 on the year. So he will have some stats. Holiday looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 6-8, and that's a base hit. Does not go 1-2-3. Long drive, base hit for Polanco. That will drop in. That is going to be a 16. So it's just going to be a long single. And runner with 1-2 outs. And here is Chef. So Chef 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a sac fly, and a ribby. Holiday trying to get through this one from the stretch to Sheffield. Sheffield 1-3. That is going to be a ballpark single. That is going to be a 1-9 single. Does not get it. I am playing ballpark, even though the system's not telling me. So let's go ahead and give that a line drive. Let's go ahead and give that a 3-2 and just kind of skewer the records a little bit and give a line out and kind of play my own ballparks. I forgot to actually put them as active in this one. Top of the fifth. So it is now 3-0 Toronto, 3-0 Detroit. Toronto trying to fight back here. They got 3 hits, Tigers with 7. It will now be Rios, Zahn, and Hill. Here's the pitch. 1-5 for Alex Rios, driven deep. That's trouble. That's off the wall. Comerica Park is in a big, spacious ballpark like Old Tiger Stadium. This will rattle. Rios will go for 3 and stand there with a triple. So a triple for Alex Rios. So now Bonderman a little bit of trouble. They'll play the infield back. They're up 3. And they'll pitch to Zahn. Bonderman from the stretch. Does he get out of it? 2-6. That could be trouble. That's gone. Nope, that's going to be trouble off the top of the wall. So a double for Greg Zahn. He hit it a ton. Home run 1-11, got the 20, and it's now a 3-1 ball game. So a big hit there for Toronto, making way back in this game. And now here's Aaron Hill. Hill comes up, a 291 hitter, 17 homers, 78 ribbies. Good second baseman. A right-handed hitter against Bonnerman from the stretch. Does he survive this? 3-3, ground ball to short, keeps it in front of him. He'll look to runner back, gets it, throws it to KC for out number 1. Here is Clayton. So far, he walked his first time up. Bonderman from the stretch, runner on second, one out, and the pitch. 5-4, fly ball shot. Oh, that's a ballpark single. Let's see, 1-9 to single, and that will be a 6. That's a base hit. So this time they get the ballpark single. So I need basically the equivalent of a single 1. Let's see if I can find one of those. There it is. Let's go to 1-5. That's a single in the center field. Will not take the extra base and is now I did not mean to do that. So hang on. Oh, that's why. Shoot. All right, never mind. Can't do that one. All right. I forgot. Computer controlling, you cannot give them I need a single and basically a 1 star. They can't go anywhere. Okay. 2-5 gets the 1. That's what I can do. So 2-5 and go ahead and give them the 5% hit. Yeah, first and third. That's what I want to do. 1 out. 3-1. Here is Reed Johnson. So Toronto coming back here. Bonnerman in trouble. First and third. Does he get away with this? 2-5 struck him out. Reed Johnson is 0 for 3, and that's a huge K. So 2 outs. Here is Lyle Overbay. He's 0 for 2. Bonnerman from the stretch. Bonnerman, not much. Boy, he definitely does not keep runners on. Ivan Rodriguez holding him on, making it a little bit better, though. Bonnerman from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs, and the pitch. 6-7. That's a base hit. That's a line drive. Double 1-8, and he ended up rolling the 16s. That's going to be a single, 2 stars. That will score Zahn. Clayton the third. It's now 3-2. So Doc Holliday is getting some help here. Blue Jays fighting all the way back. Here's Wells. He's 0 for 2. Can Bonnerman get out of this inning? Would be the pitcher of decision. Rodriguez puts down the sign. Bonnerman from the stretch. Here we go. 1-3 is going to be a ballpark single, which is going to be a 1-9. That's a 13. That will not be a single. So now I need a line drive somewhere just to get out of the inning. So line drive third base, and that's it. So now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers 3, Toronto 2. So ball game we have here at the ballpark here in Motown where they make music. So top 3. And now it's 3-7-0 for Detroit, 2-7-0 for Toronto. Bottom 5, it's going to be Ordonez, Guillen, and Rodriguez to bat for the Tigers against Doc Holliday. Let's see if Doc gets stronger with that help. 2-11's a ground ball to second. Play by Hill makes the play. That is Doc. He likes to keep the ball on the ground. Now here is Guillen, 1 for 2 with the RBI. Switch hitter batting from the left-hand side. Holiday looks in from the pit, gets the windup. 5-2, struck him out. So a big strikeout for the Doc. Gets a big one there. There's a 2 outs. And now here is Ivan Rodriguez. Ivan has walked in single, but on base twice. Holiday looks in, gets a sign. Can he get Pudge here? 6-2. That's going to be a single on a 1-2. That is going to be a 10. That's a line drive at Clayton. Side is retired. So Doc Holliday does his job, comes back strong. He has gone 5 innings. The tide has turned. 3-2 Detroit going to the top of the 6th. Bonnerman kind of struggling right now. It will be Thomas, Gloss, and Rios to bat in the 6th. Bonnerman looks in, gets the sign. Here's a pitch to Frank Thomas. 2-12 line drive, hit hard at Guillen, 1 out. Oh, what a play there by Carlos Guillen. Put the glove up, made the play. Now here's Gloss. Gloss is 0 for 2. Bonnerman from the stretch. Here, the windup. Here's the pitch. 3-7. Ground ball to second. Dodging everything in the column there. Good play by Polanco. Throws them out, and Bonnerman kind of gets lucky twice. Here's Rios. 2 for 2. A single and a triple. Bonderman looks in. There's the windup and the pitch. 3-7, fly ball center field. Bonderman's going to get a good inning. The Grande man comes in and makes the catch, and that is it. So 3 up, 3 down. Go to Blue Jays. We got some quiet here at the ballpark. It's 3-3. It's 3-2 Detroit heading to the bottom of the sixth inning. Casey, Monroe, and Inge to bat against Doc here. So Holiday looks into Casey, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 5-3 ground ball back to Doc. He is a 3-13. Let's see if he's able to make the play on it. So he doesn't want any low numbers. That's a 2. Oh, it rolled the wrong way. That's a hit. He'll field it. Let's see if he throws it away. No. So Doc Holliday turned around, could not make the play, but he still picked it up and threw it. Luckily, over base, off the base and got it, or it could have been an E1 along with it. So Casey reaches, infield hit. And now here's Craig Monroe. So Monroe steps in. Holiday now working from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. Can he get a double play ball here? 6-5 is a fly ball in the center field. Vernon Wells is there, comes in, makes the catch, 1 out. He's one of the sure center fielders in our sport. A good outfield here in Toronto, a 2, a 1, and a 2. Here is Brandon Inge, 0 for 2 so far. A couple ground outs. Holiday working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 man out, and the pitch. 2-10 struck him out. Inge down on strikes. So Doc gets a big K. That was his 4th of the ball game. And now here's the Grande man. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, left-handed hitter. This is where I'm technically not coaching Detroit here. This is where, modern baseball, you look to get the lefty in there, but the only lefty they have is, they got Downs too. Hey, you don't want to waste your good relievers. So Holiday will work from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 out. Be careful with Granderson. He's really good. 3-8, and he does walk him. So it's funny, Holiday kind of works around him. Didn't want to do that, I don't think. It was close. First and second, 2 outs now for Polanco, who has been a really pain. 3 for 3 in the ball game. Let's see, does he have any other pluses? No. So 3 for 3, 2 on and 2 outs. Holiday from the stretch, 2 on, 2 out. Does he come through? 6-9. Oh, he doesn't. That's going to be a liner in the gap. Oh, that's trouble. If it goes, it's gone. Goodbye. 6-9 gets to 1. I think this is going to go, folks. Deep left field. Black Johnson. It is gone. A 3-run homer for Polanco. And the Tigers have taken a 6-2 ball game. So the roar of the crowd here in Comerica Park, a big 3-run homer by Polanco, his 3rd hit. And that could be the end for Holiday. It's 6-2 Detroit. So Holiday looks in. Let's see if he stays out there. He probably will. Sheffield, they will not. They'll get him out of there. Jason Frazier comes in. So that was the last straw before they solve him. So here's Chef. So already a pitching change here at the ballpark. 2-9 struck him outside, is retired. Well, that does it, but the Tigers growl with a 3 spot in the 6th. Big home run by Pasolito Polanco. Tigers lead at 6-2, defending AL champions on the prowl. So we go to the 7th, 2-7-0 for Detroit, 6-9-0 for the Tigers. Bonderman now in his 6th inning of work. It's going to be Zahn, Hill, and Clayton. Let's see what Bonderman's fatigue is. Probably a 6. He is a 6. This would be basically 1 inning passes, inning of fatigue. We'll see who the Tigers have working in their bullpen. Let's see. Who they have as any studs? Todd Jones is kind of their closer with the high ERA. And they got Rodney too from Tampa. But again, he coming off not such a good year. This was Zamaya's big year. Nope, not really. This is going to be tough. This will be a fight team. Bullpen not strong. Let's see how Bonderman goes here against Zahn. Zahn 1 for 2, a long hard double. 2-9, a single on the 16. That's a 10. So Zahn gets Toronto going again, a long single. That'll be base hit number 8. Hit number 10. That'll be a hit number 8. So he's on board. Here's Hill. Hill's 1 for 2. Bonnerman looks in. Again, the structure of the hits. If he gets 2 more hits off, he'll be fatigued. Rodriguez from the stretch. Bonnerman looks in. 1-8. It's a walk. That could do it. One more will auto fatigue him. And things don't looking good for Mr. Bonnerman. 2 on, nobody out for Clayton. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. They're down by 4. You're in the 7th, so technically you can pinch hit. I mean, the computer will listen anyway. But Bonnerman from the stretch. Let's see if Royce Clayton can find something. Let's see if he can run into one. 4-4 is a ground ball to third to Inge. We'll see if the play can be made. 4-4 to Inge. Ground ball to third. He is a 2E20. Big play needed for Inge. Oh, he may get 2 out of it. That's 16. He gets 1. Let's see if he turns the corner for 2 on a 12. Yes, he does. 5-4-3 double play. Zahn. Actually, they kill the 5-4 double play. Steps on third. Gets the tag on second. So 2 outs, runner on first for Reed Johnson. So Jeremy Bonnerman looking to give the Tigers 7 strong here. Rodriguez puts the sign down. Bonnerman working from the stretch. Does he get him here? 3-7 is going to be a fly ball center field. Grandy Man comes in, makes the catch, and that is it. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Detroit 6 and Toronto 2. All right, so we go here, bottom 7, 7th inning stretch, 6-2 Detroit. Jason Frazier, down goes Frazier, the right-handed reliever for the Blue Jays. He'll pitch to Ordonez, Guillen, and Rodriguez. So let's see if Frazier can have a good inning here. Needs to give the Blue Jays a chance. 5-4-5. That is going to be a ballpark single, 1-9, and that's a 14. So he'll keep the result. That'll be a fly ball into left field. 1 away. So 1 away there. Here's Guillen. Guillen so far in the ball game is 1 for 3, including an RBI rip. Frazier from the windup. Here's the pitch. 6-2. That's a walk. So a walk to Guillen. He'll be on base. So now here is Pudge. Pudge is 1 for 3 of the single. Frazier from the stretch. Big opportunity to get something going. 1-11. Oh, that if the injuries are on, but I don't think they are. Ground ball to Pudge. Runner goes to second. He stays in the game, luckily. Runner on second, 2 outs. Here's Casey, the mayor. 2 for 3, a single and a double. Big opportunity here. Monroe on base. Oof, and they'll pitch to him. Craig Monroe, who loves hit left-handed pitching weights. That's a better pitching matchup, I think. 1-5 is a single 1-8. 17 is caught and Side is retired. So the mayor gets dethroned here on the 17. Side retired. We go to the 8th. It's still a 6-2 ball game, favor of the Tigers. And I think Bonnerman is done. 7 innings on opening day will be plenty. Left, right, and a bunch of guys who want lefties. Honestly, you do not want a lefty on this team. So Detroit look for a righty who might like to pitch lefties. How about Jason Grilly? So Grilly comes in, pitches a lot better to left-handed pitching. 8th inning of a 6-2 game. 2-9-0 for Toronto, 6-9-0 for Detroit. Here's Overbay, 1 for 3 at the RBI. Grilly's in 1-2. And let's see what the 1-2 does. That's a ground ball to first. Takes it by Casey, runs to the bag himself, and there's 1 away. Here's Vernon Wells. 1 out in the 8th inning. Wells, a right-handed hitter. Grilly from the windup and the pitch. 5-7 is a strikeout for Grilly. Splitter wide. So 2 outs. Grilly with a big out there. And now here's Frank Thomas with 2 outs. Grilly looks in, gets the sign and the pitch. 3-12, fly ball shallow center. Granderson's there, makes the catch, and that is going to be Side. Is retired. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Toronto is running out of outs. Detroit leads 6-2. So now it'll be Monroe, Inge, and Granderson against Jason Frazier, who's staying in this game right now, trying to keep this game close. Frazier with the windup and the pitch. 4-6 is a walk. So a big walk there. So Monroe is on. We'll see if that affects what's going on. Here's Brandon in. She's 0 for 3. Stays in. Frazier from the stretch in the pitch. 6-3, fly ball left field. Reed Johnson there comes in, makes the catch, and there is one away. One out in the eighth. Here's Granderson, 0 for 2. 2 runs scored and a couple walks. Let's see if they pitch to Granderson here. They do. Frazier from the stretch in the pitch. 6-7, single 1 to 14, gets the 18. Oh my goodness, what a play by Aaron Hill. Sprawled out and got it. 6-7. Roll of 18 will snag that puppy. And Granderson will stop at first, 2 outs. And now here's Polanco up for the 5th time, has 4 RBIs and 4 hits. Frazier from the stretch, runner on first and 1 out. Does Polanco get a 5-hit game? 1-5. Yes, he does. A 5-hit game for Polito Polanco. So Polanco with his 5th hit of the ball game. Have yourself a day, Mr. Polanco. First and second, 2 outs, and here's Chef. Chef is 0 for 3. Frazier stays in the game from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-2 ground ball to second, hit at Hill. That should be playable, you'd think. Let's see. Hill is at 2E14. Big play to end this inning. No, it's a 1. He's not going to be able to make the play. He knocked it down, and that will score the run. Granderson scored from second. It is now 7-2, and that probably will be all for Jason Frazier. So a big RBI for Sheffield. He hit it so hard. You didn't have the exit velocity back then, but he hit it hard enough off Hill's glove, trickled in a shallow right field, scoring a run from second. It's 7-2 Tigers. And now here's Maglio Ordonez. 0 for 4 in a ball game. We should have a new pitcher, and let's see if we do, and it will. It will be Sean Markham. So Sean Markham comes in. He's just coming in, hopefully, to get an out here. First and third, 2 outs. Tigers opening up the lead now, 7-2. 2-8 is a ground ball to short. He'll go to second, go the easy way. Side is retired. Tigers lead 7-2. We head to the 9th inning as Jason Grilly will stay out there and finish it. It'll be Gloss, Rios, and Zahn in the 9th. A 7-2 ball game. So here is Gloss against Grilly. Grilly wind up and pitches 4-2 for shallow fly ball. Monroe comes in, makes the catch, and there's 1 out in the 9th. Here's Alex Rios, 2 for 3, a single and a triple. Grilly looks in, gets a sign. Here is the pitch. 6-9, ground ball to third. Ings got it, goes across the diamond, and there is out number 2. So 2 quick outs. And now down to Greg Zahn. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. Gurley looks in, trying to finish it for their pitcher. That's right, finish it for Bonderman. Here's the pitch. 3-4, ground ball to first. This ought to do it. Picked up by Casey, takes it to the bag himself, and this ball game is over. So the final score here in Motown, the Tigers win their opening day matchup by the score of 7-2. 7-11-0 for Detroit, 2-8-0 for Toronto. Winning pitchers Bonnerman, 7 innings, giving up 8 hits, 2 innings for Grilly, while Holiday goes 5 2/3, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. Kind of brutal there. He gave a lot of hits. Frazier gave him 2 strong innings, and Markham pitched to third. Home runs by Polanco, doubles by Zahn, Casey, Monroe, triples by Rios. A 5-hit ball game from Policio Polanco. 5 for 5, 2 runs scored, 4 RBIs, is easily our player of the game. Thank you, folks. Let's go to chat and see who else popped in. I was playing kind of fast there. I didn't notice a lot of people in the ball game. Thank you, those, for being here. Appreciate it. Have everybody a good rest of the night. Again, we're playing this. I only played 40 minutes, and I played effectively well. Again, we'll be rolling these out. Again, next game will be the Mets again against the Cardinals. They still got 2 games left in this this series. They have 2 more in St. Louis. And then again, when the Mets are off again, we'll play another random game in the 2007 schedule. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Opening day between the Mets and Cardinals is on the channel Cards and Dice. And you just watched the second game, April 2nd, 2007, between the Tigers and Blue Jays. Have a good night, everybody.